let's say that someone has done the moves they're supposed to make, but because they've maybe done them too late, or were not promised the next day, or they fall ill, or have to have some type of long-term care assistance, and they start, is there what's called a look back?
Right.
That's what I hear.
It is the look back. So the best way I know how to explain the look back period, and the way I explain it to my clients, is anytime you have to go and knock on the government store. So you knock on the government store and say, hey, look, I need help. I can't afford this. Government's going to say, great, but you better not have given anything away for less than fair market value in the past 5 years.
5 years. Okay.
And if you have, we're going to penalize you. For every $6,810 you've given away, we're going to penalize you 1 month of care. Well, 1 month of care is usually going to cost you more than that.
Right.
So they're probably going to penalize you worse than what you gave away. And that 5-year look back is, we're talking about skilled nursing care. Okay, if it's special assistance, it's actually 3 years.
Okay.
But for skilled nursing care, it's 5. It's not 7. You'll hear people, it's 5. Could they change it? They could.
I was going to ask you.
But for now, it's still 5. They could change that that 6,810. They could change that number. But for now, that's what it is. Notice I said for fair market value. So if I have clients who come and say, hey, can I sell my kid my house for $100? No, not unless your house is worth $100.
Right.
You can't do that because it must be for fair market value. But
Right.
I will say that in the eyes of, for Medicaid purposes, fair market value is almost always going to be tax value.
Tax value, okay.
Because that's what they have to go on.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have the resources to go and appraise everything.
Right.
You know, so it's either tax value or less if you can get a appraisal that is a non-biased appraisal showing
Right.
it is less.
Right. Okay. Well, that's helpful. This is such good information. So they, as we recorded this tonight, I'm talking to a group of people, and we're talking about economic and tax updates, and some of the legislation that's passed that's going to affect clients from a tax standpoint. Some of those bills, not now, but in the future, could have changes to some of the things we're talking about as well.
You saying that brings up a very good point that I'm sure you've heard too. You'll hear people say, well, can I give $15,000 and it not count? And I want clients to know, or people out there to know this too, that $15,000 deals with the gift tax. It has nothing to do with Medicaid. Mm-hmm. If you give $15,000 away and then go and try to apply for Medicaid, they will penalize you.
That's a penalized.
So just know those are two different issues. One is dealing with taxation from a gift tax perspective. The other is dealing with giving away resources that the government thinks you should have kept to utilize for your care.
Right.
So yes, don't do that.
Right.
Just don't do that.
Well,
if you're worried about Medicaid.